Hey everybody, Zach from Ridge and River here, coming at you live from the top of Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. Pretty awesome hike. If you're interested in getting into this hike or interested in any gear that you could use on this sort of thing, definitely check out the video. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Zach from Ridge and River here, back at the shop in Ohio. As you saw in that last clip, just finished summiting Half Dome in Yosemite. Had a little bit of a weekend trip there with my dad and wife as well. So today I'm going to talk about what's in my pack, what I brought with me over the last 3 or 4 days, and how that worked out for me in the park. First things first, we're going to hop into the pack here. Like you've seen in the last couple videos, typically I'm going to be rocking this Gregory Zulu. It's usually my go-to for most of my trips. Anything where I'm going 4 to 6 days, I can fit everything I need in here for the city and for the trails right here in this bag. So I like that I don't need to bring anything else with me. I don't need to deal with checking anything, nothing extra getting through airport security. So it's nice to just have that one bag. So let's just open it up here and start getting at what I brought with me. First thing you can see right out the gate here, this Arc'teryx small bird hat. It's been a hat I've been using a lot on a lot of my different trips, hiking and climbing lately. Super moisture wicking, water repelling, feels good on the head, nice and lightweight. So always a great place to start. Pair of Gooders, cheap sunglasses, polarized, always a fantastic option. Really good colors as well, so definitely check those guys out. Brought my Nalgene with me, always like to bring this. It's a little bit small. Typically I'll bring something like this and maybe 2 or 3 more smart water bottles, plus a bladder, which I do have a 3-liter Osprey bladder inside of this. On this trip specifically to get up Half Dome, it was about 17 miles there and back. I brought personally 7 liters of water, bunch of power foods and snacks. My wife brought about 4 liters, my dad brought about 3 liters. You'll see, I typically pack more than I should on a lot of these trips, but I'm the pack mule of the group, so I'm always bringing extra water and snacks for everybody that I'm getting out with, just because I'm used to carrying a lot of weight, so it's a little bit easier for me to do that kind of stuff and just be nice to the people I'm getting out with. Next, let's get into the brain here. Like I said, I brought a ton of snacks. I pretty much bought one of everything here from the store. Didn't eat it all, but a ton of honey stinger stuff, some different scratch gummies and electrolyte powders. Got my Black Diamond Storm 400 headlamp here. I didn't need the headlamp on this trip. Very much, we used it for about the first hour. We started off at 5 a.m. at the trailhead. So I used this very briefly in the morning, but again, always great to have a headlamp when you're getting out onto any sort of hiking or backpacking trip. You just never know what's gonna happen. So good to always be prepared for that. Tons of snacks. As you heard earlier, this was my whole trip. I was in San Francisco, I was in Groveland, California at an Airbnb for a while. We spent 3-4 days in the park, so this was just everything. So got my toothbrush here at the top, got some toilet paper, you never know what you're gonna get into. More toilet paper, fantastic. We've got our allergy medicine, super stuffy right now, so definitely need to have that one. We got our platypus filter here. We brought the Quick Draw with us on this trip, just the 2-liter, and it was super nice to have all of that for this trip, so definitely awesome. Now let's get into the meat of things here. For this trip, I went with my Altra Lone Peaks. I believe these are the 6 or the 7s, but I've been wearing the Lone Peaks since the 2s. Altra works fantastic for my feet. I really like that 0 drop. I don't want a ton of cushion. I tried out another couple of shoes on this hike and decided with these just because I wanted to feel really safe and secure when going up and down those chains to get up Half Dome, but it is a little bit mental for sure when you're going up and down those chains. So I wanted a shoe that I was confident and comfortable in, and these are those for me. Lots of steps. Need some really good shoes. Next, we'll take a look at some of our clothing that we brought on this 3-day trip into Yosemite. We've got the cool silencer pant, we've got the cool radical pant, and we brought our Ridge and River hoodie. Always good to have when walking around the city. Wore this a lot in San Fran and just out and about for dinner. We got our Arc'teryx toque beanie. I wore this pretty much every morning from about 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. After the sun came out, it got too hot. but this thing is super awesome in the morning. It is really breathable for being a beanie, and I really enjoyed wearing it this trip. It was my first time using it, and it was a really good hat. Didn't get to climb, sadly, but I did bring a pair of climbing shoes. It did rain the first day we were there, so just decided to stay off of it and try not to injure myself before doing Half Dome. So I brought the Zeniths from Evolve with me on this trip, but unfortunately didn't get to use them. Next, we got some free fly shorts here. Brought a bunch of free fly shorts and different things just for the city. Brought a bathing suit with me. Got 3 pairs of darn Tufts, some underwear from Saks. This was a really important one. This free fly Elevate Sun hoodie here. This was the most worn piece of gear outside of my Radical pants from Cool. You know, these sun hoodies are super important when you're getting out for any activity, out in any of the larger mountains where it's super sunny on the west. This free fly Elevate Sun hoodie here, super sick. It's got the thumb holes, so when you're utilizing trekking poles, you don't burn the tops of your hands. So definitely super useful to bring when you're getting out onto the trails. Always bring the buff, super nice for just getting sweat and stuff off your face and keeping sun off of your neck. Brought in our Arc'teryx Cormac tank top. Again, wore that a lot in the city and when we were just out and about trying to stay cool. The Radical shorts from Cool, another pair of free fly shorts. And then for the day of the hike, underneath the free fly hoodie, I did wear this Outdoor Research athletic shirt. Super comfortable. I've been climbing in it a lot, hiking in it a lot, just mowing the lawn in it a lot, and it really did perform super well on this hike. Next, we have the Atom jacket from Arc'teryx. I brought this because I thought it was gonna be a little bit colder, and I legitimately wore this for about 15 minutes in the morning. At about 5:15, I was already too hot and too sweaty on the trail, and this thing went right back in the backpack. So didn't get a ton of use out of it on this trip, but with it being so lightweight, it's something that I'm always gonna wanna bring with me on those trips. Next up here, we got the Arc'teryx Beta LT jacket. Super lightweight, brought this one because it doesn't take up a ton of space in the backpack. But again, like I said, that first day we did get a lot of rain. We did the Upper Yosemite Falls Trail and it rained the entire time we were out there from 5 a.m. till about 2 p.m. And this thing never came off. Those pit zips here in this jacket are amazing. It really ventilated all of that hot air out of the side of my body. Sometimes I would have my arms up here and just, you could literally feel the hot air leaving the inside of the jacket. And with that, I was dry the entire time. Whenever I put the hood up, I could just literally see the rain bouncing off in front of my head and coming off. So the water repellency on this thing is fantastic. And for how small it packs down, definitely bring something like this on any trip with you. But that's about it. Ooh, actually one more thing here. We've got these fantastic gardening gloves. You don't want to forget this when you're doing the chains at Half Dome. You can just see here, they're really just sticky, kind of like pilled rubber gloves. This is gonna give you a lot of traction on your hands and just save your hands from getting cut up on those chains as you're going up and down. You know, if you are afraid of heights or you're not used to rock climbing, something like this can be very scary. So having everything you can to help you is nice. You can also bring a climbing harness and some sort of personal anchor, just like the daisy chains from Metolius or the PAS Connect Adjust from Petzl. I opted out of that. Did not feel like I needed that on this. I just wanted to focus on getting up and down the hike, and I didn't want to use anything extra. So didn't need them personally, but I did see a lot of people out there with those. So great things to have just to build up that confidence a little bit more. But yeah, this trip to Yosemite was fantastic. Again, spent 3 days in the park, got a lot of hikes at Upper Yosemite Falls, Glacier Point. We went out to Tuolumne Meadows and we went to the Mariposa Grove and saw all of the sequoias. And then finally that last day we summited Half Dome. So if you have any questions about anything in Yosemite, if you need any trip advice or planning, definitely hit us up in the comments below. Shoot us a message on our Instagram, leave us an email on our website. If you need any help planning really any kind of hiking trip, that's something we can help you out with for sure. So thanks so much for watching. And if you want to check out any of this gear or anything else we carry, head on over to ridgeandriver.com for more. See you on the trails.